right, let's start out with some pros and cons.
Oh yeah, we got it. Pros and cons.
I think I'm gonna call out the fact checker here tonight with some non-spoiler cons. What about you?
Okay, well, just generally as a whole, thank you,
I like throwing you
Dustin.
under the bus. This is fun for me.
I liked the episode, especially certain parts, but I felt like it was too much of a setup episode, and I wanted more meat.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I understand.
Would
I guess
you say
the point
Filoni
of it.
filler? Is that what you were saying?
Oh yeah, that's a good
Filoni
one.
baloney.
Filoni filler.
Filoni filler, yes, for sure.
That's how you felt. Not exactly filler. You didn't say filler.
In a way, I think I did.
Oh, she said
I was
filter.
trying
to soften it.
I was
You
trying
told
to
me to
soften
rip off the
Cushion the
Band-Aid.
blow.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, but I know a lot of people like it, so I am fine being the.
It was definitely more of a setup this episode. I agree with you to a certain extent, although the things that we've been waiting for this whole show.
Yeah.
So for a lot of it for me, I was like, finally we're getting to something.
Right.
And that's what got me excited. I really like seeing some characters that came in, but I'm just going to say some nitpicks of some of the characters' looks. But otherwise, I thought it was a fun episode. We got teased a lot. That was the thing. We got teased a lot. And that's why I feel like you fact checker in some ways. Like, we didn't really get much meat other than we got some reveals.
I think it was just more of, it was a fan service episode.
The reveals were so big in this episode that I feel like Dave Filoni was like, just let him take it in.
Yeah.
Don't give him too much. Just let him take in all of it in its glory.
I mean, there were even some speaking parts that were just kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, that's more Dave Filoni, I feel like, not knowing the pacing of a live action show.
Well, he's all animated.
He's mostly animated. We're on episode 6 now, and we're finally kind of getting to what the show's about, right?
Yeah.
So in some ways, we could have skipped most of the show, but then we couldn't have called it the Ahsoka show. That's part of the problem. So we do have a lot of pros, all right?
Yeah.
Get to the pros.
Don't get too mad. We'll get to some pros. We'll jump to pros right now. Dan, you really love this episode. I want to hear from you. What are all the pros, non-spoilers?
Non-spoiler pros.
I just want to say
It's the judge for tonight.
Yeah.
Is it the music?
that you all are completely wrong. Completely wrong. I listened quietly in the background. 5 minutes.
I know, biting your
I
tongue.
knew this was coming.
Biting my tongue because this episode was absolute pure genius from start to finish. You know why? Because it created something brand new in Star Wars that we have never gotten with everything that you saw on the screen. This was, for me, just smiling from ear to ear from start to finish, because we literally, if you know where we left off in the last episode, we're launching inside of a space whale, right? So it's like, where do you go from there?
whale.
Like, yes, you are setting things up for the final 2 episodes. I can't go into it, except that you're wrong, in my opinion. It's subjective. I appreciate all your opinions, but you're wrong. I didn't mind the pacing. I have some nitpicks as far as like the things that have been consistent throughout the show that are nitpicks. And there was one other nitpick at the end that I wanted a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that part, but it didn't ruin the episode for me because I loved what we got at the end. And so for me, that overrode the nitpicks because we have forever now to see these characters together. And we keep moving forward. Like, we're not just staying with the same 4 characters. We're still meeting new people. We're still learning new things about the history of the Jedi and all of that. And this episode, for me, while it set up the future, it actually set up the rest of the new Star Wars galaxy that we're actually in now, taking Star Wars in a completely new direction. Like, they launched us into the new galaxy. We're getting some things, and I'm just so curious to see where we go in the final 2. That's my take.
The chat's on board with Dan,
The chat is definitely on board with Dan. And
which is fine. That's great.
yeah, most of
But they're wrong.
They're so right.
Okay.
Come on, chat. Bring it.
Nick,
bring
you
it.
said you liked the episode.
Yeah,
I did.
Don't
I think
backtrack now.
overall, all of us liked it more than we disliked it. For me,
Yeah,
I
there was
actually
just
I
some-
really enjoyed it. I was like on the edge of my seat watching it because, again, the reveals and everything, and I was just so excited because, like Dan said, it's something new. At least we're getting something new, and I agree with you completely on that, Dan. That it was something new. This
We
episode.
got resolution to something that we've been waiting for as Star Wars Rebels fans for 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you wait for something for
been a
5
long
years
time.
and you finally get a payoff. I don't care what happens around it unless they like destroy the reveal. But they didn't destroy the reveal. They let us bask in it for minutes at a time. And then they ended it, the final shot of the episode. Are you kidding me with the music swelling?
The music
Right.
was
and
definitely
the
a huge
look of
pro
that
again.
character,
It was
the
great.
looks of the characters, he nailed to a T. Like I was very nervous with how
Yeah.
these final two reveals were going to be once they got to Peridia, which you know we're going there. I was freaking out. I was like, "This. What if they don't look right? What if they don't feel right?" For me, I just bought it right out of the gate. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like those are the two most important people for this episode and the rest of this season because that's what this is. It's the MacGuffin, right? The MacGuffin is here.
The MacGuffin is here.
The MacGuffin is here.
No more MacGuffin. We have arrived.
Yeah, no, I agree with you for sure. I just I'm still letting it sink in a little bit for me. I don't know. I want to see these characters a little bit more. I just feel like I haven't got a lot of them yet to know fully if they're gonna deliver one hondo. But so far they definitely feel like the characters. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm not saying I didn't.
Yeah.
But I have my questions because being those
I know.
characters aficionados in some ways, and that being one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. I'm very critical when it comes to that.
Right.
That's fair, yeah.
I want that character to be done absolutely to perfection.
I want it to be done.
And the only
right.
thing that makes me nervous is if I just hope they can pull it off live action, but they need to pull off that character right. So far in this episode, though, I think they did a good job. They did a good job.
Yeah.
So it does feel like they kind of want to get out of there, and I don't think they're going to explore any more of this. That's the thing that's making me more nervous, and
they're going to
actually
go right back.
slightly disappointed because I'm like, I want to experience this whole
I think they
whole
will.
new galaxy.
They'll have to be there for some time. I mean,
Fact Checker was feeling a little bit more like, all right, this is like Act 1. Or whatever. So it feels like you're missing something in some ways.
Yeah.
But it still adds to the overall story. And to judge this one on its own merits is challenging because we haven't seen the full arc. And hopefully, and I do believe that it's going to pay off for what they are setting up. So, but it's still a valid.
For me, it already paid off.
Yeah, I mean,
it
I'm not
already
saying
paid off.
I'm not saying it didn't pay
You
off.
are easily amused.
The
Dan.
first 6 episodes, first 5 episodes, and the
First
episode
5
5 was
episodes.
absolutely insane. But as a Rebels fan, you're talking 4 years of watching Rebels plus 5
then
years
just
of waiting
Yeah.
for a resolution. Of course, I'm the biggest Rebels fan, which is why this episode for me was like super hyped. Forget about it. Forget about it. All the down naysayers. I'm like, all you Rebels fans, stand up with
Dan,
me.
are you going to give this Are you going to give it a perfect
Oh my
score
gosh, here we go again.
I'll die on this hill.
again? Are you going to do a 6 out of 5?
Still.
All right. Are we rating it?
Nothing is
should.
perfect.
All right, yeah, we should definitely get to ratings. I think overall, just to sum it up though, for the non-spoilers here, there was a ton of pros. There's a few cons. Overall, we definitely really enjoyed
We
it.
enjoyed it.
We definitely enjoyed it. It was amazing, and for Dan, it was perfection. So, and we're glad that you guys all enjoyed it out there as well.
Yeah.
And we're just excited to see what's coming next. And I think that's
Yeah.
what we're on the edge of our seats for. But let's get to rating it right now. Dan, I think you need to go first because you are ready
Obviously,
to
it's a
rock.
6 out of 5.
It's a
Out of 5.
No, last week was 5.5 out of 5. This one is actually a 5 out of 5. This was so good. It was everything that I wanted in Rebels. Season 5 out of 5. And
But it was episode 6.
I don't care what you're saying.
I'm not listening.
It's
Blah, blah,
Rebels
blah.
season 5. So I'm excited. 5 out of 5. Let's go.
Is that technically less than 5.5 out of 5?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it wasn't as good as last week's.
Last week was unbelievably good,
Okay, I just want to clarify.
but this was perfect.
I'm going to go 4.5. Let's do that.
4.5 out of 5.
You know what? 4. Just 4.
4 out of 5.
I thought about it, and 4 is good.
All right, nice.
Because it was good. Meh.
Okay, we
I
gotta
mean, like the reveals were great. The story somewhat moved forward. They could have done more.
Okay, all right. Hot takes here, people, and we're gonna get to it. Don't you worry. And spoilers coming up. Okay.
That's right.
Also, like the fact checker said, it just set up everything. It didn't really explain a lot. Just kind of like, yep, we're here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, we're
And I understand that you have to set things up, but
I get it.
Give us 2 episodes at once then. Don't just do one.
Yeah, it should have been like
Drop the whole series.
Yeah, it's
series
more of the
enough.
fact that we
finale.
just want more, and I
Yes.
think that's a testament to even
It
the
is.
show in general.
You're
So
right.
that's why it's a pro.
If there's a time to drop a little bit of setup with also 2 humongous reveals. Humongous! These are massive in the Star Wars universe, in the Rebels universe. It doesn't get any bigger.
Actually, there was like a couple more reveals.
And
too,
on
even
top
that,
of
but-
history of Star Wars, the future of Star Wars, like
Yeah.
what the heck? Where are we?
Canon of Star Wars.
Have we been outside of this galaxy before? No, we've never been outside the galaxy before. Have we actually seen what
what's-
it's like to fly in hyperspace inside of a space whale? No. That's
know
where
what's-
Rebel Season 5 ended up.
You know what's funny though? We've never
Yeah.
been outside the galaxy before, but it looks
It does
really
feel a lot
familiar.
similar. Yeah, it does. I'm like, is that the same volume stage?
Yeah, we're definitely saving a little bit of this for spoilers, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
no, I
but
agree.
after last week's episode and how impacting
Yeah,
it was,
absolutely, yeah.
coming to this,
Well, if that's what I said,
it's 2
if
different
you're
shows.
going to
Wait,
get,
wait. You've
It's
never
2
seen,
different shows.
But
but
if
you've
you
never
get
seen
one-
Rebels,
yeah.
right?
I've seen enough.
No, she hasn't.
Then
Well,
yeah,
wow.
honestly, your opinion
Hey,
means
just-
nothing at this point.
I'm just
No,
saying.
well, no,
It's a
that's-
different perspective. It's just a
listen,
different
it is.
perspective.
It's a
That's
definitely
what I like.
I
valid-
did my homework though. I did
Yeah.
my homework.
It's a valid.
Yeah, you
different
know all about
perspective.
it.
Look, the fact checker's not quite as sweaty. She checks the facts. She's not quite as sweaty as the rest of us.
Right.
So her take is gonna be different than ours because I don't think you have as deep of a
Right.
Or she doesn't understand. Is
No,
that
no,
what
she,
you're
no,
No.
she does.
Oh.
It just doesn't go back as far
Right,
for you as it
exactly.
does for
the
us. with
lore
all the
isn't
lore.
there.
So
Right, and
there
if-
is, but so the connection to some of these characters is what I'm saying. It doesn't
Right.
quite hit home as much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I understand that these are important characters, and I enjoyed seeing them too. But I don't know.
I'm just like the fact checker is like the Sith Lord tonight. It's crazy when
Wow.
Sith Nick and the fact checker agree. That's whenever things are gonna go
No.
south.
I'll just blame it.
They
on
didn't.
The
They didn't
fever.
fully agree, though. They didn't fully
I
agree.
didn't fully-
What'd you rate it?
We never fully
Oh.
agree.
Yeah, what's your
She didn't
rating?
rate it.
I don't know if I should rate it.
No,
I'm
you
No, you have to
I'm
rate it.
literally
You have to
Band-Aid
rate
kicked
it.
out. I'm gonna be kicked out.
No, we
Yeah, she
stand
will.
by disagreements and being wrong.
No,
and
she'll,
we go
she'll
with
be
your
kicked
numbers.
out if she's wrong.
Hunter
Protect the
Davis
fact
says,
checker.
"Good fact checker."
Oh, gracious! All right, we gotta rate. We gotta get
Okay,
spoilers.
well, I would do 3.5 out
that's
of
fair.
5.
I thought you were gonna go 3,
I
I
almost
thought you were
did,
going
but
3
then
too.
I got
Yeah.
scared.
like middle of the road.
That's scary.
She didn't want to go that low.
Protect the fact checker.
Wait, what'd you give last week's episode?
I think I did 5 out of 5. I really
Okay.
liked it.
Oh yeah, because you wanted to see more of Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
You even said as
I
much.
liked.
Yeah, we know.
I
We
like the
know.
look of
We
it.
know. We know.
I actually liked one of the characters in this episode more than that one.
Ooh,
From a
hot
lady's
take
perspective.
From a lady's perspective, okay.
from a lady.
Anyway.
Well, that's why we have you on the show. We don't have that perspective.
Yeah, let's move on.
Oh my god.
On that
All right.
bombshell.
Wow.
All right, enough of that
Enough
weird
of that
stuff.
weirdness. I'm gonna give this one a.
I thought you already rated it.
No, I did not. I'm gonna give. Thanks, Nick.
Yes. Much to see. Moving on.
All right, never mind. No, I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
So definitely still room to improve, but
There's
a
always room
fantastic,
to improve.
a fantastic episode nonetheless. And we will defend our opinions to the death in this next segment, the spoiler segment of the show. So
Yeah.
batten down the hatches, baby, because hot takes be coming at you, and it's gonna get sweaty. So.
Okay.